Hi, I'm Michael Berk. I'm Alfred Deakin Professor of Psychiatry at Deakin University. When the Berlin Wall fell, I was actually working in Africa. One of the things that we were doing were the first clinical trials of atypical antipsychotics for bipolar disorder, which have now become worldwide first-line therapies for the disorder. Weirdly enough, I always wanted to be a doctor when I was a child. I guess this comes from being in a medical family. Surprisingly, my first wish was to become a surgeon, but psychiatry grabbed me slowly because it is a fascinating discipline which goes to the heart of answering questions about the nature of humanity and our role in the world. And I increasingly became drawn to research to understand and deal with the many unanswered questions that the profession faces. Mental health disorders are the largest burden of disability in the community, and there's been a surprising drought in new treatment developments for these disorders. We do not have sufficient therapies to meet the needs of many people, and the wall that we are trying to break down is the development of novel therapies for people with neuropsychiatric disorders. Our work has focused on developing new therapies. As an example, based on some preclinical research showing that there are abnormalities in oxidative stress markers in psychiatric disorders, we repurposed an existing antioxidant called N-acetylcysteine, and we were able to show that this was useful for people with schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, as well as smoking cessation. People in our team have also looked at a diversity of other treatment approaches. Professor Finalist, for example, did the first trial showing that the Mediterranean diet was effective for treating depression. And Professor Olivia Dean was able to show that minocycline, an old antibiotic, was able to assist with the symptoms of depression as well. We also have a preclinical drug discovery pipeline looking at novel therapies, as well as working on internet-based approaches to treat people with psychiatric disorders. Because mental health disorders constitute the largest burden of disability in society, we hope that the development of novel therapies will go some way to addressing what is an enormous unmet need within the community. And hopefully effective therapies will go some way to meeting what people seek, which is effective treatment. The development of novel therapies is a very complex task, largely because the underlying pathophysiology of these disorders is very incompletely understood. We have worked on ways to bypass this absence of knowledge, but we worry a lot about how we are going to best understand these disorders and come up with innovative ways to treat this major unmet burden of disability in the community.